I'm about to go and get a haircut. So I just went and got the monthly trim, and today's video is all about how having the right mindset before an exam can change the whole exam and easily improve your grade. This is where I train for football and play most of my matches. I feel fresh and ready to revise now. Oh, that's such a stupid idea. So one thing I always do now before I need to revise is I plan out what I want to achieve in this session. So whether it be I want to do one past paper and one lecture, whether I want to do one plan and one writing of essay questions, it helps so much to understand what your goal is and when you've achieved it so you can relax. It's time for me to go and start revising, so I'm going to head to my common room today where I'm going to work in the study room. So one thing I've realised recently, and I've only really recently realised it, is that basically your mindset can affect how well you perform in revision tasks, how well you perform in the exam. And I honestly believe that having the right mindset before an exam will help performance so much. So what I mean by this is if there's things you want to do, or there's things that you haven't completed, you need to come up with a plan on what you're going to do afterwards. So for example, if there's something that you haven't finished that you really need to finish before an exam, so you think about it before the exam, you spend time planning what you're going to do. Once you've planned what you're going to do, you can put it to bed. There's no need to think about that thing when you're trying to think in the exam, because the worst thing is when you're in an exam and your thought pattern disappears. So rather than thinking about things like Fortnite when you're in your exam, have a time when you know you're going to play Fortnite, because once you kind of know that, it puts your mind to rest. And when your mind's at rest, it enables you to focus on other things. Personally, with me, I find that if I have emails that I need to send off, and I know I have to send off these emails, when I go to revise, all I can think about is sending off these emails. And for some reason, I can't focus till I've sent off the emails. So if I try and revise and push through, I just don't get that full concentration I need for the revision. And it's the same sort of principle with the exams. You need to be focused and ready to achieve in the exams. But anyway, let's head back after my tripod is now broken. So I'm currently just writing an essay question for the module of economic history, and it's basically explaining why Europe rose over Asia economically. Now I might head to the library a bit later on, but I'm quite chill working here for the moment. Surprisingly, economic history, although I never liked history at school, is one of the most interesting modules. I'm having a good time doing it, but it is very, very hard. So I wanted to use this time here on this video to say that Student Vlogs is opening up a new chapter in his kind of YouTube career, because basically I want to take this channel and I want to make it into and develop it into a style that is more than average, it's better than average. Vlogs are now going to be a lot more high quality. As you can tell from the style of this video, it might be slightly different to ones you've seen before. This is the style we're going to be going down again. It's going to be more kind of classy, more authentic, and it's going to offer like real insights, real cinematography. We're growing up here on Student Vlogs, we're becoming more mature. So yeah, this is the first video of season 2 of Student Vlogs, so if you guys have enjoyed so far, make sure you leave a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. Now I do quickly want to address the BBC situation before we move on to how you can improve your grades without actually revising more. So first up, I want to say that I reached out to Sam and his parliamentary team and said, hey, how can I help remedy the situation? How can I help make things better? And after a phone call, which I've been doing today, which is why I didn't actually get too much work done, we came up with the conclusion that kind of I would do a vlog with Sam and he can kind of explain to us and we can ask him any questions. It's like me and you as a community, we can ask and put forward our questions and concerns to Sam. So that is going to happen very soon. Yeah, so it's going to happen in the next few weeks just before exam period. So just to make you aware and give you an update on the situation, as I obviously owe it to you guys. Now, one thing for me is that I really do struggle to hold my attention span. When I revise, I have to use the internet to get lecture slides and seminar questions, and it's so easy to get distracted. And for me, it's often like things like, what is my subscriber count, that when I'm trying to revise, I just can't help but think about. And if I don't know what my subscriber count is, I keep thinking about it and like I'm not focusing on revision. So what I've discovered is that if I go into my revision session and I check my subscriber count at the start, I know that that is settled in my head. I can now focus on revision. And it's the same for me with exams. And the difference is that when you're focused, whether it be revision or an exam, in that way, and your mind is concentrated on the question, all it takes is that one point that you know for you to remember. And if you remember that point, you're onto a winner. Sometimes you might be in an exam, you might have memorized the whole page of A4, and for whatever reason, when you get to the exam, you can only recall half of the page of A4. And that's because it's not like you don't know it, it's just because your mind isn't fully focused upon that. So if you focus upon that by channeling out everything, every question, every doubt you have prior to the exam, your concentration should improve and you should do better. Now, it's something that I've recently discovered personally. It's my personal tip. I'm sure there's other people that have said it as well. And it's just something that really worked for me, especially when I've been revising. So I would recommend, if you want to try this, give it a go and see what you find. Does it help you concentrate? Does it not? Does it help you get more efficient? Nevertheless, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tip. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I mean, I got a trim and told you some exam tips. That's the type of content I love to watch. I'm not going to play Fortnite.